Welcome everyone to Inspiring Charitam YouTube channel. Here, I talk about stories that inspire you and make you take the right decisions in life. Enjoy the story and please let me know your thoughts. Story. The deafening sound of the traffic made my head spin. My vision was already blurred and my hands were sweating. In the middle of the road, I had a panic attack. This was the second time in a week that I felt that I'm going to die. My desperate attempt helped me to bang my head on the honk, alerting the people near me. I saw paramedics and police helping me with the anxiety attack. My wife, Diana, who is in my emergency contact, was called immediately. I couldn't hear much of the conversation, but it appeared that she was anxious and was rushing to the hospital. My Sunday morning is generally blissful. I go visit my church, talk to my pastor, along with my wife and daughter Amelia. We were a very happy family. My wife and I got married when we were pregnant with Amelia. She's 9 years old now and the perfect little thing in my life. But this Sunday, it was different. I got into an argument, almost killed somebody, and then almost got killed in just few hours. I, Matthew Simons, though my life was settled even a week ago, had faced something very terrible. Last Monday changed my life forever. My wife was quite disturbed and irritated for the last few weeks. I tried talking to her numerous times, but she generally shuts down when she's upset. Well, nothing unusual happened this time as well, and she avoided the conversation. Last weekend, she left for her mom's with Amelia to calm things down. I thought there is something wrong with us. I repeatedly asked her, but every time she reassured me, there's nothing wrong with us. She was to come by Sunday evening, but I received a call that she isn't returning for next few days and just want to spend time with her extended family. Pandemic has made schools online, so it wasn't a big issue. My wife Diana has always been a stay-at-home mom since we are married. This was not unusual either. I figured this was for the best. But something was off and I couldn't just sleep. I opened my computer and saw her Facebook profile was logged in. I'm sure you know where it is going, but I wasn't. At that time, I wasn't snooping on her, I was just reading through her messages. We know never had this privacy deal conversation before, but I never logged into her profile in the past. I'm not sure about her though. My trauma began when I saw one of the messages with her best friend, Rachel. Rachel stays nearby and had been friends with my wife since high school. Diana and I went to different high schools and I met at the university. I knew Rachel, but only as my wife's best friend. I go along with her fiance, who is a very good lawyer. We have had a family vacation together. That chat clearly indicates that they were talking about something that happened in past. I couldn't really figure out what was that. The chat suggested that she did something horrible in past and it is now coming back to haunt her. I wasn't naive. I figured that this was the trauma that was affecting her for the last few days, but there was no more information. Most of the chat history was deleted. The last time they spoke was on Saturday. I had no other clue. I combed through her profile and messages, but couldn't find anything substantial. Diana is very smart. If I give her any hint, she would cut off the source of my information so I couldn't reveal it to her. I wasn't sure whether I was paranoid or genuinely suspecting that she did something that has to do with our relationship. I won't lie, cheating did come to my mind, but she has never shown me any red flags. She has been a total sweetheart and we have had a wonderful marriage. Yes, there have been few episodes of her depression, but I have always helped her to come around. Speaking to Rachel was not an option. I was just going crazy and couldn't focus on work. I tried my best to hide all my anxiety from Diana, but she knew me. She was asking me if there is anything wrong, and I had to laugh. I said there are talks of laying off in the office, and I'm worried over it. She believed me and reassured me that everything will be all right. It was a roller coaster for me. On one hand, I believed she is not capable of doing any betrayal, but on the other hand, I just didn't know anything after I discovered the messages to Rachel. I was going through the messages and trying to find a link. Then I observed something that they regularly chat on Saturday evenings. I thought that it was the best option I have. So I kept playing all this information on loop and waited for Saturday to see the chat in real time. But I didn't have to wait for Saturday. On Friday night, I was on her Facebook again when I saw a text of Rachel on Messenger. My moment of truth arrived. I had mixed emotions of shock, rage, sorrow, and heartbreak over the next few minutes. She was deleting the text as reading, but I could manage to take some screenshots, a few important ones. So basically, Diana was sleeping with one of her family friends the same time she was dating me. She felt pregnant and she convinced herself that I was the father. I don't really have much information on that further from the chat, so I wasn't sure whether I am my daughter's biological father. This was soul crushing. But my ordeal was not over. This man supposedly came back to her life, and most probably, she cheated on me again with him a few months back. According to her words, she felt guilty and met with a pastor in secret for counseling. Well, she then ended up sleeping with him as well. By the time she deleted all her chats, I was just crying and was a mess. I was weak one moment, strong in the next. I reached out to Jack Daniels and passed out crying. When I woke up the next morning, everything came and hit me at once. I saw a few missed calls from Diana. I suddenly recalled all the horrifying details that I discovered last night. I still had so many gaps, but there were two things I was sure of. One, my marriage is over. And two, I still have a daughter named Amelia. I didn't know what to do and I just called my mom. I cried for hours over the phone. She lives a state away, so I can't really go and crash on her sofa. But my mom asked me to talk to her. I wasn't sure, but I needed the full story. So I called her in the evening and told her that I shall come over to meet them. She sounded excited, but I don't trust anything she says. After I spent few minutes with my daughter Diana, and I headed to the garden of my mother-in-law. She has a pretty garden in the backyard. She knew from the moment I entered that something was wrong. I didn't beat around the bushes as well. I asked her that if she wants to save our relationship, marriage, and her reputation, this is her moment to tell me everything. I told her that I know the majority of the things, but I wanted to hear from her. Yeah, sure, she played dumb at first, but then I told her the name of Amelia's biological father and said, "Is he the father?" The look on her face was heartbreaking. She just started sobbing and cried hysterically for 15 minutes or so, but I got every details I wanted. Yes, I'm not the father. The other dude comes and visits Amelia often, whenever she visits her mom. Her mom knows about it. She has cheated thrice with him after our marriage, and has the guts to tell me that he's nothing but the father of her daughter. Then she tells me that you'll always be Amelia's dad and none can love her more than me. As far as the pastor is concerned, they ended up together two to three times before she broke it off. Even the pastor knows about Amelia. He supposedly overheard the conversation between my mom-in-law and my wife. As per Diana, he manipulated her to believe that her marriage is not okay and took advantage of her. He was even texting her after they supposedly broke it off. I stormed off that day, telling her that I'm filing for divorce and would seek 50-50 custody of my daughter. I didn't speak to her after that. Both my wife and my mother-in-law have spammed my inboxes with apologies. I switched my phone off since then. I learned that the biological father of Amelia is single and wants to be part of her life. I didn't know where he was till now. He took away my family from me and would now probably be enjoying with them on vacation. My life would never be the same. Maybe this was never my life. Now, how I reached here at the hospital. My rage was out of control on Sunday morning. I had the outburst. I went to the church, but this time not to pray, but to destroy the predator who was looking for prey. Yes, I had to put him in front of everyone. I knew what I was doing, and soon after the prayer was over, I confronted him in front of everyone. There were friends there who clearly understood from the conversation what happened. But our conversation did not go well. We started pushing each other. The more venom he was spewing, the more I was calling him out. We were eventually stopped and I was taken out of the church. Maybe all these emotions just got better of me and I had the anxiety attack. Now I'm staring at the window of the hospital and thinking where my life would take me. I don't know whether the authorities would dismiss the pastor. I don't know whether my soon to be ex wife would come and visit me. Will my daughter Amelia love me? Will the court give me custody? If my ex ends up with the father of Amelia, she will have a family. She's just 9 years old. She might not even have a good relationship with me as well. She is my daughter in every other way possible, apart from the genes. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just too traumatized to realize what happened in the last week. I, Matthew Simmons, however, have refused to bow down and decided to see the end of the road. Hey, how did you like our story? What do you think? Please let us know in the comment section. Please share your views and suggestions on the stories. I shall rely on your feedback. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more such videos that and you'll get the notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of the day wherever you are. Thank you again.